My name is Johannes Langkamp. I'm a video artist based in Rotterdam. And I think the example you just shared with everybody is pretty good, that I was invited on a short notice, and I liked the idea of this presentation, of this issue, or this theme of today, risk, and it was indeed like exactly what I want to talk about, because I hung up the phone and I thought, damn, now I really have to prepare a presentation. And I think it's a good framework, a deadline. I mean, I always put myself in situations where I am getting into trouble. Maybe I'm kind of lazy, and so I always try to invent or create a framework in which I can work. Like this crazy presentation. So I'm happy the content of the presentation will guide us through 5 works. I will start with one work which I made in 2010, where I set up the rule that I have to make one video every day, and I had to publish it every midnight on my blog. This was a good practice because you are basically always afraid, like, oh, this idea is not really good. I will publish it, and what will people think of me? But this is a pretty good thing to do, and I will just share 2 of those works with you. Yeah, this was in 2010. I repeated this project in 2011, and I realized that I really love those very short video fragments, which can be clumsy, which can be about nothing, but which eventually also will create a story if you put them all together in one presentation or exhibition. And I'm recently, actually, I spontaneously would like to share this. I'm saving all those video fragments, and my YouTube channel is about this. I don't know. There are 700 something videos on it, not publicly, but I like to use it as a library. And now I'm having to deal with archiving all those little. This is basically a screenshot of my YouTube channel. Now I want to make an exhibition or something with all those little video sketches. I will not go through a whole compilation, but because they are online. But after this project, I was really inspired to take this mentality of no risk, no fun or something into other works I do. Well, when I was invited for exhibitions, for example, I always asked if there is a budget for making a new work, because I'm considering myself an art practitioner, and I think it's logical that I make new work. So I like the idea to negotiate, or need to negotiate until you have a deal or a problem, because because as soon as you make a deal with someone and and you show them an idea you want to realize, and they say, okay, it's good, we have a little budget for that, you will go ahead. Then you basically have that problem again, that you have to go ahead, that you have to work. And I had this idea about this television in an exhibition space which rotates because of one concept. I will come to that in a second. But I didn't know how to build this. This is you cannot see it very well, but there's a television with some metal parts, which I found at the scrapyard, and the neighbor was so friendly enough to weld it for me. At the end, I made this work, Windradenergie. yeah, so I thought, okay, that's working great. I always just offer, I just always make deals and put myself into the situations of having to make new work. But sometimes also there is, in the field of arts, there is a quite nice, it's a perfect environment sometimes to work with. There was this one project where a curator invited 5 international artists to explore this one new area in the city which was renovated, and the idea was basically to just put 5 artists over there, let them walk around, mess with the space, explore the space, and make some work. And first I started walking around in order to make some video sketches. That's how I call those little fragments of video. But then we came across this empty shop, this empty space, and we somehow got a deal that we could work there, because I was planning on doing staged video work within that space, which had to do about movement of a camera within that space. And well, this is a little boring. I will just show you what the result of this 3 days working in that space. Yeah, this is it. This was basically, this was super exciting. Actually, I sometimes feel like, I'm getting too excited. This was I made this movie at the day of the opening, and But anyway, I think I also want to share a work with you where this mentality of just jumping in the cold water or something can go wrong. I was working on a commissioned artwork in 2012, and I had this fresh idea about new work, and I immediately shared that idea to the commission, because I thought, why not just realizing this project right now? I was wondering how it would look like if one day would just take a minute or two. Then you could basically see the sun rising and setting within 30 seconds. And you could maybe use your iPhone and make a little movie, follow the movement of the sun. I wanted to build a device in order to film, in order to realize this film. And it really didn't work out, as I wasn't that much of an expert with working with motors or whatever. So this didn't work out. And I wanted to make this movie in summer, and the summer had passed, and I had to come up with new proposals for this commission, and it took me a year to convince them of something new. So that was kind of in this case, this didn't work out so well, but I realized, okay, in the future, I just have to get my concepts more concrete and also to communicate them very clearly to other people. but also to myself, because I want to know, is it feasible or not? I will share this video proposal which I made for the V2 Institute of Unstable Media in Rotterdam, which offer occasionally offer production opportunities. In this summer, I want to track the movement of the sun for 24 hours through a time-lapse technique. To share my ideas about this visual research, I want to introduce this video prototype to you. So let's imagine we have the sun right here, and we install a camera somewhere filming the sun. And after filming for 24 hours, we could create a time-lapse video and see the sun rising and setting, which of course is an illusion caused by the rotation of our planet. So let's visualize this little problem. So there is our planet right here, and it has an axis, and it's rotating. So if we would install our camera somewhere mounted at a tripod to get our steady shot, we would already move by ourselves. And the imagery or the time-lapse video would be very shaky and look like this. So in order to compensate this movement, we can install a tripod parallel to the axis of our planet, mount a camera on it, but also letting it rotate with the same amount of speed like our planet rotates, but then into the opposite direction. So let's imagine we are filming the sun, and we start to shoot for 24 hours. So time passes by, the planet rotates, but our tripod rotates into the opposite direction, which will allow us to keep on track on the sun visually. So a time-lapse result of this recording could look like this, with sky passing by very quickly, and the sun would be in the middle of the picture. The sun sets and disappears behind our planet, and we can also see it rising in the morning. And the sun will still be in the middle of the picture. So it's almost like it's just the planet which is interfering with our view for a few seconds. This video proposal really helped me out to communicate to other people who helped me realizing this project. In 2013, I went to, this proposal actually was getting me into this residency, which was about producing or realizing a concept. And I realized this analog sun tracker device, which allowed me to do exactly what I wanted to do. This is the result of my first sun tracking film. This is where it stops, but where it also will repeat the video. It's meant to be a video loop. I'm very glad that our solar day is also very loopable. I don't know. I kept on doing this every summer, and made a triptych out of this concept. On this, there is this recording from Shanghai made on the latitude 31 degree. There is in the middle a recording from the 24-hour recording from the sun made in Rotterdam at 51 degree, and one to the right at 71 degree in Kjellefjord, Norway. This is has been shown at Art Rotterdam this year. I will just skip to the last work. So actually, yeah. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna talk again about visualizing an idea. So I'm interested in what way the camera perceives reality and in what way you can mess with it. Right here is a proposal where on the top you see a video camera, and I wanted to do a playful staged video work about the perspective. I wanted to drop a wooden frame into the camera's perspective, and for this sake, I wanted to build a device which was allowing me to throw a lot of frames within the perspective. And I will just show you the result of this. Unfortunately, it's a little bright. I hope you can get a clue what happened here. But for this, I also have a making of video. But anyway, I just realized what I wanted to say with this slide. I guess originally I'm a big fan of making a lot of short videos because you can minimize the risk you take. You know, if you invest 1 hour time in making one video sketch or whatever, and it fails, and you think it's a bad thing, it doesn't matter because you just lost an hour. So I'm usually afraid of making big projects which will take you weeks or months. But okay, since the last 2 years, I try to get into this kind of stuff every now and then. This is the machine in action. It's more funny, I guess. But yeah, this was kind of scary. The idea, I was happy with everything, the concept and the idea, but when we went up on this crane to 15-meter height, I didn't think about that. That's a little, and the whole thing is shaking when you turn on the machine because, yeah, the weight is changing. I guess this was about 15 minutes, and I'm done already. Yeah.